Game week 21 captaincy is going to be pretty tricky for all of us. For once, we don't have Salah, we don't have Son, and we don't have Haaland. These are reliable, heavy hitters that are very consistent and always get us out of trouble. Well, guess what? You don't have them this game week, so you need an alternative. In this video, I've got 4 players for you. You're bound to own at least one of them, and I think they're all viable captains. So before we get into this video, do me a favor. Press that subscribe button, please. Like the video, share it with any other FPL managers you think will enjoy the content. All right, let's get into it. The first captaincy pick I'm suggesting is going to be Cole Palmer. Why am I suggesting him? Let's have a look. Chelsea have scored 34 goals. He scored 8 of those goals. That's 26% involvement. Very good. If Chelsea score, he's more than likely going to be involved. Add to that, he's got 5 assists. Pretty good. Last 5 returns, 18, 0, 1, 14 and a 1. Now, it's 2 returns from the last 5, which is okay. But what's impressive is either he's hauling or getting nothing. He's blanking. 18 and a 14 or just 1s and 0s. So bear that in mind if you're captaining him. 92 points this season. That's good. Considering he didn't start the season. Must remember that. Next fixture is Fulham at home. 2 things to take away from that. First and foremost, it's the early kickoff, the first kickoff of this game week. Some psychologically can't get past that and hate captaining the first game, especially if it's an early kickoff. So bear that in mind. The second one is West London derby. Maybe not the most known derby, but still, it is derby. Could be end-to-end, loads of goals, and hopefully penalties. And you know what that means? Palmer's the penalty taker for Chelsea. I've not added it to the list, but that's the kind of game where he can step up, penalty, all of a sudden you're hauling. Okay, so bear that in mind. Double-digit returns, 4. It might not look good, but let me tell you now, that's very good. Remove Son, Haaland, Salah. Very few players return double digits. Very few players. And he's got 4. That's a very impressive number. I was impressed when I was looking at the stats. So that's the first player I'm suggesting. Next up is Salah. Now, loads of you are already smiling, thinking, why am I suggesting him? He's struggling. Arsenal struggling. Yeah, I know. But let me tell you why. So Arsenal scored 37 goals, which is still pretty good. Saka's got 6 of them, 16% involvement. It's not ideal, but when you add that he's got 8 assists, that is very good. Last 5 returns, 7-2, 1-3-2. Now, I'll be honest, that doesn't look good. It's 1 return in the last 5, and even that return is not exactly a haul. But he has got 107 points, so that tells you the caliber of player he is, that even in those last 5 game weeks, look at the points he's racked up. Okay, so it gives you an idea of what he's capable of. Next fixture is Crystal Palace at home, and this is where I need to stop and tell you it's one of the main reasons he's in the captaincy video. Crystal Palace is a lovely fixture for Arsenal to bounce back. Currently at the moment, they're a wounded animal. They've just been knocked out by Liverpool in the FA Cup. They've lost 3 games in a row. They're not going to accept this. Arsenal are a title challenging team. Mustn't forget that. I know the last couple of weeks have not looked good. It's not going to stay like that. And that's the key. You're gambling, and if you go Saka, that is the return of the Arsenal we saw last season and maybe the start of this season. So that's the reason he has to be in this video, whether you like it or not. I could not do a video and not put Saka in it. 2 double-digit returns is okay. It's not like Palmer, but still, at least he's had some. Let's look at the third choice. Phil Foden, of course he had to be in this video. Last couple of game weeks, he's been amazing. It's good to see him playing with a smile on his face, playing in his favourite position. Of course he's going to be in the captaincy mix. And I'll tell you why. City have scored 45 goals. It's unreal. They're always near the top of this chart. And when you consider that's been without Haaland or KDB recently, unbelievable. 6 assists, not too bad at all. He's got 5 of those goals, by the way, which is 11% involvement. Not amazing. That number should be higher, but like I said, start of the season, he wasn't really that involved. Last 5 game weeks tells you he is involved now. 12, 8, 5, 2, and 3. So 3 returns in out of the last 5. Very good. The fixture, it's an away game and in theory against a good team. Newcastle, of course, Newcastle are a good team. But I will say 2 things about this. Even though City are not at home, if City turn up, it doesn't matter where they play. They could play in your local park. They will destroy you if they're on it. The second thing to take away is that Newcastle really been struggling recently. They've been on the ropes. If you saw their last game in the Premier League against Liverpool, it was record-breaking numbers and not for the right reason. They conceded the record-breaking XG against Liverpool. If it wasn't for Liverpool's front 3 missing so many chances, it would have been an embarrassing scoreline. We're talking 9s and 10s. Okay. Double-digit returns 2. So not incredible, but still not too bad. Last but not least, I'm going to recommend Bowen. Now, 2 things before I even get into recommending Bowen is that he's got a possible injury. Got an update today, still not looking great. And it's not ideal when there's a cloud over your potential captain, especially with the way the game week is spaced out. You might not get more information before the deadline on Friday. So bear that in mind if you really want to go with Bowen. The other part is Mohamed Kudus not being there and potentially Paquet being injured. That's not good at all as well. So it really does hinder Bowen, okay? That's the reason I've put him 4th. But he had to be in the video, because if you do get information come Friday's deadline that he's fine and he's playing, you can easily put the captaincy on him, and I'll tell you why. West Ham have scored 33 goals, but this is the incredible part. He scored 11 of those goals. That's 33% involvement. That number is unreal. It's normally only Salah and Haaland have like 30% plus. Like, it's very difficult to have that. Like, basically scoring 30% of your team's goals is unreal. And he's doing that at West Ham. Very impressive. Only 2 assists, but we can go past that considering he's got 11 goals. Last 5 games, 3, 6, 8, 8, 2. So 3 returns in the last 5. Very impressive. 111 points. Unreal. He's on like Son territory scoring wise. Very, very good. I have to say, you have to give Bowen all the credit. You can see why a lot of the other teams, like top 6 teams, are looking at him. Next fixture is Sheffield United away. Of course, you'd prefer a home fixture, like I said, with Foden, but it's a lovely fixture, Sheffield United. What's interesting, though, is to see how West Ham go about this game, because they're a team that don't mind soaking up the pressure and countering, but you'd expect they should really take the game to Sheffield United because they're the better team. Double-digit returns, only 1, which is strange considering he's got 11 goals. You'd have thought some of them would have been, clearly he's not eating up the bonus points or getting an assist to go with the goal and stuff. So yeah, that took me by surprise. I was expecting to see 3 or 4 there. That's my captain pick, so I'm intrigued to know what you think. Do you agree with them? Are you captaining one of the 4 I've suggested? Or do you have your own pick? Get in the comments and let me know. I'm always curious to know what other FPL managers are doing, their risk appetite, and I'll respond to all my comments like I always do. Now on that note, I'm going to wish you good luck, and I'll see you on my next video.